Good morning, children. Hope all of you are safe, sound, and happy. What we stop last class? Yeah, that is multiplication of integers. Then what we studied? Properties among this multiplication of integers. Okay, so you all of you are remembering that. If you don't remember, just close your eyes and just think that automatically that will come if you studied. And one thing that most of you didn't do the homework, I think, not homework, classwork, anything, because I have got only a few personal messages from the students. So beware of that. You want to do that all the classworks and the homeworks, and you want to send me that homeworks to me, to my personal number. Okay, so what was our new topic, that is division of integers. Before that, I want to ask you one thing. Multiplication of integers, we have done that. If negative is multiplying with another negative number, what will be the answer? Anybody? Yeah, that is positive. If positive is multiplying with another positive number, what will be the answer? Yeah, that is positive itself. If negative is multiplying with the negative, positive is multiplying with the positive, positive is multiplying with the negative, and negative is multiplying with the positive. Without looking your notebook, how many of you can say that what will be the sign of the answers? Anybody? If same signs are multiplying, the answer will be positive. That is, here also same signs. So answer is positive. Here also same signs. So the answer is positive. And here is opposite signs. Here also opposite signs. So the answer is negative. We have studied that in the last part. Okay. So if this is the same case, the same case is happening in the case of division also. Okay, that is, if same signs are dividing, the answer will be positive. If different signs are dividing, the answer will be negative. Okay, we know that the multiplication is the reverse process of division in the case of whole numbers. That we know. That why we can do that. How we can tell that the multiplication is the reverse process of division? Suppose 3 into 2 is equal to, what is 3 into 2? 6. Okay, this 2 I am taking here. Suppose this 6 is there. 6 is dividing with the 2. What is answer? 3. We know that 6 divided by 2 equal to 3, that we know. Okay, so here if 3 is coming here, that 6 is coming, that is reverse process. If 6 is standing here and 2 is going here as division, the answer is 3. That is, we know that multiplication is the reverse process of division. For this much class we were studying this all about whole numbers. Now we are going to study the integers also. There is no change. What at all are happening in that whole number, same is happening in the integers also. Okay, so let me do one question in your exercise question itself. Division of integers. Exercise 1.2, first question we can do, that is 16 divided by minus 4. We know that 16 divided by 4. What is 16 divided by 4? 16 divided by 4. 4 4s are 16. So what is the answer? 4. So 4. What will be the sign? Here one is positive and one is negative. So what will be the sign here? Negative. Why? Opposite signs are there here. So negative. Okay. So next sub question. Minus 16 divided by minus 4. We know that 16 divided by 4 is 4 and minus divided by minus. If both are minus, what I said? Yeah, both are minus. Same as in the case of multiplication. Yeah, plus. That is plus. You don't want to write the plus here, 4 itself. Okay, one more example we can do. Minus 1000 divided by minus 10. We know that 1000 by 100. How many of you know that cutting? If 1000 we are dividing with 10. How can we? how much zeros are there here, we want to count that, and how much zeros are there in the denominator also. If we are cutting one in the numerator, one also we want to cut in the denominator. Okay, if we are cutting one more zero is there here, we can cut another also, but no more zeros are there in the denominator. So we want to stop the cutting and 100 will be the answer. Okay, so 100, and we want to determine the sign. Here this is negative and this is also negative. If both numbers are negative, what will be the answer? Yeah, the answer will be positive, that is 100 itself. Okay, so exercise 1.2, first question, remaining that sub question up to 12, you want to do that as the homework. If you have any doubt, you can ask. We have studied the properties of integers in the case of multiplication. So, they has the same as will be there in the division also. Okay, so first we can check the closure property. What was the closure property? In the case of multiplication, we have studied some properties. Are you remembering? That is, if A and B are integers, then A into B will be also be integers. Don't page that. If you are sitting in the class, all of you will turn the page to the back side to see this. As this is not the classroom, you are not turning the page back. That I know. Okay, so don't do like that. If A and B are integers, A into B is also an integer. This was the properties in multiplication. We can check whether the closure property is satisfying in the case of division also. That is, if A and B are integers, suppose A is -2 and B is 3. Yeah, -2 is an integer. 3 is also an integer. So, we can divide that. If in the case of division, A divided by B, whether it is integer or not. That is, A divided by A means -2. Divided by B means 3. What is this? -2 by 3 is an integer or not? No, children. Why? Because this is in the A by B form. Rational fractional form. This is included in the rational numbers. We studied only whole number, natural number, integers. Okay, there is no A by B form we studied. So, this is not an integer. So, this closure property is not satisfying in the case of division. Okay, next what we studied? Commutative property and distributive property. What was commutative property? Commutative property was, if A and B are integers, A into B is equal to B into A. This was the commutative property. We can check that whether this is equal in the case of division also. Okay, that is, we want to check A divided by B is equal to or not equal to B divided by A. We can check. Suppose A is equal to -2 and B is equal to 3. Okay, so if A is -2 means -2 divided by B. B means 3. -2 divided by 3. Next B. B divided by A. B means what? 3. 3 divided by A. A means what? -2. Can we say that this is equal? No. -2 by 3 is not equal to 3 by -2. So, closure property, not only closure property, commutative property is not also satisfying in the case of division. Okay. So, next we can check associative property. What was associative property? A into B into C is equal to A into B into C. This was the commutative property. Same as we can do that in the case of division. A divided by B divided by C is equal to A divided by B divided by C. Suppose A is equal to 1, B equal to 2. Just assume these values. Okay, we want to check whether it is correct or not. Okay, so 1, A, instead of A I am giving 1. A divided by B means 2. Divided by C means 3 is equal to A means 1 divided by B means what? 2. 2 by 3. That is, this I am writing 1 by 2 divided by 3 is equal to 1 divided by 2 by 3. Is this equal? No, this is also not equal. So, not only closure and commutative, associative property is also not satisfying in the case of division. Next is identity and zero property. As that is in the name itself, identity property means we are multiplying any integer. If we are multiplying with 1, the answer we are getting will also be at the same integer. That is, if a is an integer, we are multiplying with 1, the same a we will get. Okay, so that is same as in the multiplication, division also it is same. And zero property means whatever number we are multiplying with 0, the answer will also be 0. These two are the identity property and zero property. You don't want to study these properties by heartly, you don't want to study. Okay, just know that what it is. That is enough. Okay, so we have studied what all things we have studied today. Multiplication, properties of divisions, that is closure property, commutative property and associative property. These three properties are not satisfying in the case of division, and closure and identity and zero property is satisfying in the case of division. Okay, that is a into 1 is equal to a, like that a divided by 1 equal to also a into 0 equal to 0, that is 0 divided by a is equal to 0. Okay, next question, exercise 1.2, second question. Do the following division sums and check your answer by multiplying the divisor and the quotient. Before that, you want to get a clear-cut idea about what is quotient, divisor and remainder. Do you know that? We can check that. What all are there? Suppose 20 is divided with 3. Okay. Then tell the multiplication table of 3. 3 6 are 18. 3 6 are 18. 20 minus 80, remainder 2. So, this is called quotient. This 3 is called divisor and this 2 is called remainder. Okay, question is, you want to check your answer by multiplying the divisor and quotient. Check your answer by multiplying the divisor and quotient. That is, what is the divisor here? Divisor is 3. Into what is quotient? 6. 3 into 6. Okay, we want to check like this. Here, this answer will be, if we are multiplying with the divisor into quotient, the answer should be this 20. If the remainder is 0. You don't want to bother about this, just I mentioned that only. Okay, first we can now, this I have shown you only because of that you want to identify what is quotient, remainder and divisor. Okay, so we can do one problem. Minus 42 divided by minus 48. For that, 42 divided by 14. 42 3s are, 14 3s are 42. Remainder is 0. Quotient is 3. Divisor is 14. So, the answer, what is the answer? Answer should be the quotient. Okay, that is 3. If negative is dividing with the negative, both signs are negative, what will be the answer? Yeah, the answer is positive itself. This is the answer. Is it? Is there anything else is there we want to do? Yeah, we want to do that. They said that check your answer by multiplying the quotient and divisor. Here what is quotient here? Here the quotient is 3 and the divisor is minus 14. Okay, this minus 14 is the divisor and 3 is the quotient. So shall we multiply it? Quotient is multiplying with the divisor, that is 3 is multiplying with the minus 14. 3 14s are 42. Plus is multiplying, opposite signs are there here. Plus is multiplying with the negative, the answer will be negative. So answer is minus 42. Yeah, the answer here, this is minus 42. So we checked it. Yeah, it is correct. Okay. Any doubt? That is, if minus 14 is dividing with the minus 42, we know that if both signs are negative, the answer will be positive. And 42 is dividing with the 14, we get 3. Okay, so we know that this is quotient and this is divisor. If we are multiplying the divisor with the quotient, we won't get this answer. Yeah, we got this. That is 3 is multiplying with the minus 14, we get minus 42. So that is the answer. We check that is correct. Okay, so next problem we can do. If you have any doubt, just replay this and see this. Okay, watch this, you can identify. Next, minus 1. Simple question. Minus 1 divided with minus 1. Simple question it is. 1 divided by 1 what? 1 itself. If both are negative signs, what will be the answer? Positive. Here what is the quotient? Quotient is this. That is quotient is 1. Then divisor. Divisor is minus 1. Check whether quotient multiplied by divisor. That is 1 multiplied by minus 1. This is 1 and this is minus 1. If 1 is multiplying with the minus 1, what will we get? 1 is multiplying with the minus 1. Yeah, minus 1 we will get. That is minus 1 we have got this. Here the question it is there. So we checked. Yeah, that is correct. Okay. Next question also we can do. 0. Next question simple question that we do. That is 0 divided by minus 5. You can do that from the home. Next question minus 150. Last question. That is 1.2. Second question. 6th sub question. Minus 150 divided by 30. Minus 150 divided by 30. What will be the answer? 150 if you are dividing with 30. You don't want to divide like this. If you know the cutting, I have said you that 150 dividing with 30. 0 and 0 we can cut. 50 divided by 3 means what? 15 divided by 3. 3 5s are 15. So 5 will be the answer. 5. If 1 is negative and 1 is positive, one thing most of you will write this answer 5 and forget about the signs. Okay, so don't forget like that. While you are writing the negative and positive sign, that time itself you want to mention that. So 1 is negative and 1 is positive, the answer will be negative. Okay, now what is the quotient here? Quotient is, now we are going to check. They says us to check the check by multiplying the quotient and divisor. So the quotient is minus 5 and the divisor is 30. So we are going to multiply the quotient and divisor. That is quotient multiplied by divisor. That is minus 5 is multiplied with 30. We know that 5 with 30. 5 with 30 is 150. If 1 is negative and 1 is positive, what will be the sign? Minus. Okay, so negative 150 we got, that it is here. Okay, clear. So remaining questions you want to do as the homework. That is exercise 1.2. So how much homeworks are there? Now how much homeworks are there? That is exercise 1.2. First question up from fourth question to sub question 4 to sub question 12 we want to do as the homework, and same 1.2 second question sub question 3 to sub question 5 you want to do as the homework. Okay, simple question it is, as we have done that in the class, same you want to do. Okay, so we have done that similar problem it is, so do that as the homework. Next question is true or false and match the following. Simple question it is, same similar question it is, so do that true or false and match the following. Don't forget, you want to take this all, you want to do this all and you want to take the images of that and send it to my personal number. Exercise number 1.2. The next question, that is fifth question. State whether the quotient is positive, negative or 0. That is first sub question. Minus 64 is dividing with the minus 4. Yeah. We want to check whether the quotient is positive, negative or 0. Okay. If both signs are negative, what will be the, you don't want to do that answer, just to mention. This is says us to state whether the quotient is positive, negative or 0. Here if both signs are same signs, what will be that? Positive. We have studied that if same signs are the positive, different signs are the negative. Then next question, 100 is dividing with minus 100. If same signs are positive and different signs are negative, what will be there in this case? One is positive and one is negative. So what will be the answer? Yeah, that is, the answer will be answer sign will be negative. Okay. So we have done that multiplication, division. Now we studied. These all are the questions. Same as, don't forget that this negative signs and positive signs are coming. If positive, in the case of multiplication and division, if both signs are, if the divisor, if both signs are negative or both signs are positive, the answer will be positive. If both signs are opposite, that is one is negative and one is positive, in the case of multiplication and division also, the answer will be negative. Don't forget that. And one thing, this you want to write. Before, in front of your study table, you want to write like this. In the case of multiplication and division also, if minus is multiplying or dividing, that is multiplying or dividing, the answer will be plus. In the case of both signs are plus, the answer will be plus. If one is minus and one is plus, the answer will be minus. If one is plus and one is minus, the answer will be minus. This is both in the case of multiplication and division. You don't want to write this in your notebook. Just take a piece of paper and write this and paste in front of your study table until you by heart this. Okay, this is both in the case of multiplication and division. This I mentioned like this. Okay, so next we are to go study the next topic, simplification of numerical expressions, that we can study in the next part. Okay, so hope all of you got this. If you didn't understand, if you didn't get this, please just ask. We are ready to answer your doubts. Okay, so we can meet at the next class. Okay, then bye.